today. This is the video I'm going to love so much. My good friend Kate asked me this question. Her channel is Kate Library Apothecary. So sorry. It's one of those words I have a hard time like reading out loud. I can say it right in my head when it comes out. So the question is, if you could recommend just one book to your favorite supernatural characters, which books would you recommend to which characters? So one of my favorite characters is Bobby. He is a father figure to the boys. He is mostly the voice of reason with these boys. They go in the first few seasons, they go to him for when they're in trouble, when they need help, or like a case if they can't find one on their own. Like, Bobby was their family. Like, it's just he was the father that they really never really had. Like, yeah, they had John, but John was hardly ever there, and there's even some controversial things that are going around about John, but I really don't know, and I'm not going into that because that's not what I really want to get into. This is actually a fun one. So Bobby Singer, okay, so I think he's a reader already, but I'm going to recommend some nonfiction to Mr. Bobby Singer. It will be The New Jim Crow or Malcolm X, or any type of nonfiction that is not lore-based or mythology. He seems like a really smart man. He is a really smart man, but I think he's one of those that would get more out of something that is nonfiction. So I'm gonna pair these two together because you can't. Is Donna and Jody. I love them so much. Jody is like a mother figure to the boys. Even I'm not gonna get into more like stuff that would be spoilery, but she basically was a mother and a wife, and they both died. I won't say how they died because that would be very spoilerly. And I don't want to spoil anybody for the show who has not. So I will recommend them steamy romances. I'll have a picture up that is not what I mentioned, but like the Crossfire series by Sylvia Day. I can just picture them sending each other, oh, I just read this romance, you need to read it too, and like going back and forth between each other. And then I guess I can also see them having like a Kindle and like borrowing books from each other on their Kindle. Like, I just can see this, like, both of them. The next one is for Cass. He's my heart as well. He's so adorable. He's kind of like Murderbot, but like not really. If no one's seen Supernatural or anything that doesn't know who Cass is, the closest one I can think of would be Murderbot. If you read Murderbot compare like sort of like a comparison. So I recommend for Cass is How Things Work books, or any type of book that is about our world or perhaps some philosophy books. Like, I'll have pictures around here somewhere, but like, okay, so the next one is Charlie. We know for a fact that she's a geek. We know from the show that, I'm not gonna say how we know, but she read the Hobbit as a kid, and she rereads it. So I'm thinking that she also read, what do you call it? Read J.R.R. Tolkien and the Lord of Rings trilogy and everything. And so I think that I personally haven't read these books, but I'm thinking the Malazan Book of the Fallen books, or Discworld books, by Terry Pratchett. I just see her reading those. Then there's Sam, and I think Sam is a reader, but I'll recommend him Brandon Sanderson books. Probably same answer for Charlie. Maybe the Malazan books. I'm not sure if Sam would like the Discworld books, but there's that too. Okay, so for Dean, I recommend Dean, my man. I recommend him Canyon, because he's a dork himself. He's a geek. He just is really good at hiding it. He is very smart, even though he puts himself down. But he is super smart guy. First of all, he can work on cars, and like an actual mechanic, and he like rebuilds Baby. The other thing is because he made his own ghost thingy that like lights up. I forget what's called, EMF or something that lights up. He built his own thing. You realize that later, in the later shows that he's at later in the seasons, is that he's owning up to his geekiness. Like, so the first thing I would recommend him would be the Canyon Star Wars books. The books that were written for Star Wars, that are actually canon, not in Dean Canyon. Terry Pratchett's Discworld as well, because he has that humor, and I really think that he would like that type of books. A Western fiction, and a medical fiction book, or maybe a medical romance. Maybe he's in with Donna and Jody secretly reading those romance books. Like, seriously, so I'm gonna thank you, Kate, for asking me this question. You guys will be seeing me, I think, doing the rest of the questions. I think I'll split them into 2 videos. But yeah, thank you again, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.